What is up, everyone? Episode 29 of NookTalk Live, and we're joined by a guest today. We'll get to that in a bit. First off, Zach, how we doing?
Up, Pat? It's been a long time. I forgot what you look like. It's so good to see you. Rocking the hat as always. Rocking the nice facial hair. We're all green screened up too.
Yeah, I'm doing the dark colors today. I couldn't do the pastel,
Forever
today. I don't know. And then introducing, drum roll, please. We have my idol, AbdallahSmash026.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! He actually
planned it all.
We planned it all. Interesting. Hey everyone, it's Abdallah here. What's happening? And yeah, all of you guys, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited. And this audience, all of you guys watching right now, you guys are absolutely amazing. I see tons of hearts and just overall support. I'm so glad to be welcomed onto your podcast. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. We got a lot to talk about. I think we should start slow, Zach. This is like a nice stew. You have to cook it slow and, bring it. Okay. The Pave event.
I want to start before that. I heard that you tried to tell people that your pastel style was your own creation. But can we be honest about that for a minute here?
I mean, I'm trying things out, Zach. All right. I'm trying things out. Abdallah, I've started to wear lighter colors now.
Okay.
I'm not proving my point today, but Zach, I think you're kind of beating around the bush here because you love the Pave event. It's your favorite one of the year.
I saw your ranking video where you're just trashing on my favorite events and uplifting the ones I didn't like. And look, let's be honest, Pave doesn't have a phenomenal event, but I thought it was fun. I appreciated that they injected so much enthusiasm into it and that they brought just a lot of fanfare. It felt like it was a party on the island, and goodness gracious, the game needs that at this point. So I found his personality, his shouting, and all of his just antics to be really a fresh change of pace from some of the other, less exciting NPCs like Jack and, guys like Jack.
All right. Now, Zach, Now give us the honest answer.
I mean, it's a very small event, and I think if we're mask off for a second here, if there's not an anniversary update, this game is in big trouble. But I did enjoy the event. I did think Pave's event was fun. I liked specifically the feathers flying. It felt like some slight modification of the island. I know it's very small, but I did walking around and seeing the event impact the world. We always go back to Bunny Day and how that event, I think, got such a bad rap because it did modify your island so much, and that's what I liked a lot about this, is that, one, the feathers falling was fun, and two, the items acquired, I think that's a really nice set, especially that confetti maker and the big finale, right? The float, it gives me Disney World Parade vibes, and it's just a really nice addition to have a, set piece for your island, per se.
That was a good item. Yeah, I like that.
Why couldn't we ride the float, though? Why couldn't we sit in it? It has wheels. Why couldn't we move it around?
This is great. This is going to be a great episode.
Oh, man. Let's go. I got all the hot takes here from Pave, man.
All right.
You guys don't even know me.
If you guys aren't familiar, I'd be very surprised if you weren't. But, Abdallah, you do something I really like, and you go to the past games and kind of play the events, and then you go to the modern day. And often when you do that, you kind of expose this team a little bit because I feel like the events kind of get a little bit less and less. So what did you think about Festivale?
Yeah. Festivale was, just like Zach said, I thought it was great. It was great for what it was. And for those of you guys that actually let's do a little poll in the chat. How many guys I want to see some hands up emojis in chat of how many people is Animal Crossing New Horizons your very first entry into the series, right?
Probably a lot.
There'll be a lot of people. What about you guys? Have you guys played the previous ones before? Are you guys new to Animal Crossing?
Very minorly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
I played. I think the one I put the most time in is probably City Folk.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So with Festivale back in the first iteration of it, it was legit gambling with candy.
Yep.
And the only way that you can get candy is if you play these rock paper scissors games, and you have to win 2 out of 3 of the matches. And they take your items. I remember I was so excited because I got a froggy chair, the epic legendary froggy chair that everyone memes about. Dude, I got one that day in the shop and I bought it. And what you do in the old game with Festivale in order to get candy, so instead of exchanging 3 feathers for the furniture, you exchange 3 pieces of colored candy. And what you have to do is you have to play these gambling mini games with people. So if you lose, the gambling mini games with your villagers, they will straight up steal whatever item is in your inventory. And Freckles stole my froggy chair, and I will never forget Freckles. It was a bad day. It was a bad day.
Jeez.
So yeah, it was crazy. So that's way back in the day. So that event was like you're pulling teeth to try to get anything from Pave. It was terrible. So now, like, they improved on that in the next iteration where there was feathers and you caught them in the air, exactly kind of like what this is now. But you can also play little mini games that had a little bit more generosity with the outcomes of rock, paper, scissors, or whatever you name it. So it's a little bit more generous. And then now they've kind of just made it, I don't want to say they dumbed it down, but that's exactly what they're doing in every single one of these holidays that have been repeated from the previous games. They're dumbing it down and making it so casual that it's easy for people to just go through and have a good time with it. And I love that because I would never want to like promote any kind of gambling in a video game. And I don't want my stuff getting stolen. Like, are you joking? Dude, I'm never getting that froggy chair back. And I'm still upset.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. So overall, I think they did an amazing job. Just like you said, like, filling out the, replacing the values of the large snowflakes with a cool little feather. And when you find that rainbow feather, it looks really awesome. I was just really disappointed that, it was just only one DIY and we couldn't DIY all the other items, right? Like, why couldn't we do that? But I mean,
I think that was perfect. Like your two answers, because I feel like that's it's split on every single, event or whatever. Because like some people have played it, like you, Abdallah, and then Zach's just like I was chilling, dancing. So, Zach, you dark. By
my
the way.
camera is really going dark here. I'm gonna work on this. You guys keep talking. I mean,
Zach's a little shy.
Clearly, I had the bad take. I've been voted off the island here. Sorry, guys.
All right, Abdallah, this is our podcast.
Yeah, let's go. It's our show now. Let's go.
Okay, I will say this though. I did have fun with this event, but I will say it was probably the most sloppy event, I guess you would say. Okay. Let's break this down. So the feathers stack in threes. That's inconsistent to everything else.
That was very sloppy.
The rainbow feathers stack in one, where you need them to customize. And then the entire event, like for the 2 weeks leading up to it, you're going into Nook's Cranny and you're seeing the seasonal Pave items. And then when you do this big event, everything that's leading to it, your reward is the same items that you've been seeing for the past 2 weeks. So for me, it didn't feel special at all.
I mean, I guess in the game's defense, you can collect 4 different regional colors outside of the rainbow variant. So if you really wanted to 100% it without trading people, you would go through and like collect, I don't know, however many, 9 times 3, 27 different feathers and then get them all. I don't know. It was the items looked great though. Like the items were spectacular. Like those 9 items were like legit. The little confetti popper thing. I thought the garland was really awesome. The little stand where everyone thought that we were going to have an outdoor rugs update.
Rugs confirmed. Yeah,
rugs confirmed. Yeah, right, dude. Don't hold
the drums. The drums were cool.
Yeah, the drums are really good. Yeah, I think that overall the entire 9 items were amazing. I was really disappointed in that float though. I mean, the float, like I like that it lit up and then it rotated its head and made some like little, festival music, but like you couldn't sit in it. I mean, that's kind of what I want. I just wanted to be the ability to like, I don't know, like hold your controller up and then like your character will just sit in it. And then you can like emote on it and you can use a ta-da emote if you wanted to.
And the DIYs, that was kind of weird too. It's like you have to go all the way back to Pave essentially was a crafting bench. I said this in my live stream, but like, why couldn't we get the DIYs, build them ourselves? It's kind of weird.
What I want to know though is how is Halloween S tier and this is so much worse? Because by all accounts, the events are very, very similar. Do something very minor. I'm back a little bit. I got to fix a little more. But how is this that much different or worse than Halloween? Because to me, they're incredibly similar.
Well, you had the pumpkins were given to you at the beginning of October. Okay. You could chill, make your own pumpkin patch. That was like a design project that you can do all throughout. You got to grow them.
So the update
things
was
like that. And then
are you talking apples and oranges here? No, we're talking Halloween event, the Halloween day versus Festivale, not the update. No, forget pumpkins.
Okay, even the update. So on Halloween, we had exclusive items that we could only get on Halloween. Pave didn't have that. It had one giant float thing.
But you had a lead up. You had a lead up of everything that you can spend. So like if you're a traditional player and you miss out, On like Festivale, you don't miss out on everything because you can play like 9 days leading up to it. But Halloween, you miss out on Halloween, then like you don't get anything. Is that right? I think that's a point for Festivale, isn't it?
Well, the Halloween had the festival or had the Halloween items in Nooks too, right?
Did they? I don't remember.
I think they had the spooky stuff.
You'll have to
Well, like
confirm.
I don't know. There was like the banners and the place settings that you can get, and then the Jack. I feel like there was the costumes obviously were better. I mean that's a big point of Halloween, but
yeah, I like that. Oh, the costumes were way better than just
Yeah.
like this party dress and party top and like the little
Jack's
party
head that you
hat.
can wear and
Yeah, I think that was way better. And we didn't
But-
even get like the Festival arch. Why didn't we get the Festival arch?
I know I was expecting that. Yeah, we did get confetti machines though. Those were pretty dope. I like those.
That's kind of cool.
Pave dances.
like-
he explodes in enthusiasm. Everybody's partying.
Yeah.
Pave was cool. Pave was the best part. I think.
Here's my reasoning. Festival is supposed to be by what I know, it's supposed to be a small event. Halloween's a major, insane holiday. So if they're even comparable, we have a problem, I think.
Dude,
Yeah.
Festival is based off of Carnival, which is huge. It's way bigger than Halloween. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Are you joking?
I don't know, man. We had a
Yo,
lot of Halloween.
Yeah.
Yo,
well,
get
Pat thought it was
cultured,
based off
dude.
Mardi Gras, so I've just been misinformed.
It is.
Here on NookTalk.
No, it absolutely is. And it's based off of Brazilian culture. Oh, it's gigantic. Yeah, I think it's better than a 1 day of United States Halloween put together, like times 5. Dude, it's huge. It's just that in the United States, we don't really celebrate it other than like Mardi Gras. So like, oh my gosh, it's gigantic.
I think the bigger crime than Festival was the lack of Valentine stuff. Like it never was a big thing in the other games. Don't get me wrong, but this was a great way to, bring in Zach. Zach is like on Team Brewster. Zach wants Brewster so bad. So that would have been a nice way. That would have been a nice way.
No, Brewster can wait. Brewster
Here we
can
go.
wait. Dude,
This
check
is the
this out.
spicy
Hot
tea.
take right here. Hot take. Brewster can wait. Everyone wants him. This is when they can put Brewster in at any time, right? They can. But what they have to do is they have to take a look at the engagement of how many people are playing, all the metadata, all that stuff that gets sent back, report to them. And then once they notice that people are like slipping and maybe sales aren't doing well, and then they put the panic switch, which is going to be updating with Brewster. That's why they're holding on to it, right? They say they have like 2 years worth of updates, right? And that's what it has to be. So like you have to be realistic about it. Oh yeah, I want Brewster. I want this, that. No, it's not going to happen.
But
You just
I
have to
don't think
slowly
Brewster is
take
like
it.
a game saver. I think he's just a loved
Dude.
character.
Oh, he's absolutely a game saver. Are you kidding? Oh my, he's like everyone wants Brewster. Everyone in the comments right now says they want Brewster with pigeon emojis or whatever. Like, do it.
So who's your dream update, Abdallah? If you had
I
to
would
pick,
love Brewster because, like, in Animal Crossing New Leaf, you got to actually get a job as a barista. You get to work side by side with them. You get to make coffee, and you get to do all that stuff. And Brewster's kind of like, Mabel and Sable, where you can go through and you can like talk to them every single day, and they'll start liking you more. And so like you start learning this character. You pay like $100 for a cup of coffee. You start learning where his pigeon milk comes from. And don't ask. And it's just like engaging with this character, and you can see with the text dialogue boxes that your relationship with him is going to continuously grow in a way that unlocks even more about him. And just overall, like, honestly, I think they're just going to expand the museum, and they're just going to have like Brewster's shop. I don't think it's going to ever be a standalone building, because a lot of people have already done their terraforming. They have already set all their buildings, and that's the last thing that they want is like another forced building upon them.
Yeah.
So I think it's just going to be expanded in the museum, and it'll just be
every
like
time that
Brewster's
argument comes up, I'm just like, these people that are building these like aesthetically pleasing islands, I think they would gladly make room for like a little coffee shop thing.
You think so? Dude.
Oh,
where are
I
you getting-
know so. I know so.
Okay, let's take it. Let's
Abdallah.
ask the comments. Dude, ask the comments. Like, I have roads. I have roads in my town that are perfectly lined up with plots and everything like that. I'm not about to go through and redo my entire island for one building that's like a 5 by 5, 25 square. I don't have space for that, man.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Abdallah. I don't think there will ever be a new building. I think the islands are foundationally set as they are, but with Brewster coming to the museum, I still think he comes for the year anniversary. It's not substantial enough. If they're going to do something to reinvigorate a player base, I feel like it'd be more like a multiplayer update or something that substantially like modifies the day-to-day gameplay. Whereas Brewster just feels like a wanted but nice addition. So I'm still team March 25th for the Brewster drop.
Dude, I don't think so, man. I'm the opposite team. I'm sorry. I'm just too jaded, and I know how Nintendo works. After being in the business for so long, it's just like, dude, we still can't craft multiple things at a time. We have all of these quality of life things that are just not ever happening. And it's so like out of touch that I just think that what we're getting for March is just the Mario stuff. And that's it. The 33 Mario items, and we're done. And you guys can hold your breath all you want, but don't get your hopes up, man.
So I asked these little hooligans, I said, what would you grade the Mario and Animal Crossing update trailer? A, B, C, D, or F. And I want to see if they got this right. So 46% say they would grade it a B. So this is the Mario Animal Crossing trailer. None of the like St. Patrick's Day stuff. 23% say A and C. 5% say D. 4% say F. I'm going to start with Zach here. Did they get it right? Or do you agree? Not that they got it right.
Yeah,
but do you agree with that?
I agree. I mean, I think the expectations have been shifted based on the last couple of updates. I think had this update come straight after summer, we'd be like, oh, but I think given what we've got recently with February, January, I think it's nice, and I think they did a good job of ensuring that the items. I was most impressed that the items feel so Mario. Like they didn't just take like Animal Crossing items and kind of put a skin over them. It really feels like they took crossover items and injected them, into AC, which I appreciate. It's something, Pat, we've talked about a lot. Like, do we want them to cross over franchises, or do we want to keep Animal Crossing kind of in its own bubble? I love that they brought coins, that they brought thwomps, that they brought the flagpole, they brought the warp pipes, which I have to give you props, the warp pipe thing. You did kind of call that. So that was very cool. But I think it's exciting. If we're looking at it for the course of the year, I don't think it's an update that has a ton of longevity, but for what it is and for when it was revealed, I think they did a really nice job. So B feels.
So you said B
feels good to me. Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay. All right, Abdallah. Be easy on Nintendo.
Oh my gosh, dude! I'm the biggest critic and I'm the biggest fan. It's crazy. No, like so historically, throughout the entirety of Animal Crossing, 33 items is really hot garbage.
Wow.
Just kidding. No, seriously. There's like over 50 different items expanding like all different genres. Star Fox, Metroid, Splatoon, Legend of Zelda. There's so much. But like I like it because it's probably going to coincide with March being Mario Day, right? We don't need the Zelda items. We don't need the Splatoon items. Like the entire library of Animal Crossing items is so gigantic throughout all of the game. But I like that they actually just did the Mario items right now. I'm very much a fan with that. So I would give it an A. Because it's perfectly timed with March 10th being Mario Day. MAR10, March 10th, Mario. So it's so timed with that. So a lot of people are asking for all of the other like dozens of Animal Crossing crossover items within the game. But what you have to realize is they can't just give us everything at once. As we've learned throughout the entire last year of 2020, is we'll slowly get some updates to kind of keep us coming back to the game. So yeah, I'll give it an A. I love all the items, and yeah, I'm just really I'm kind of bummed out about the superstar though. A little bummed out about the superstar. Historically, when you touch the superstar, your character would glow with the rainbow colors.
That's right.
And it would make the superstar music. Dun, 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 dun. It would do that. And like now it's just like, okay, it just kind of shines around a little bit. But anyway, the 33 items look amazing, and I'm very, very excited for it. And I think that Nintendo's just going to hold on to all the other items in their pocket whenever they feel like releasing it. Maybe when Splatoon 3 comes out or whatever, they'll drop way more Splatoon items or something. Or when maybe Skyward Sword releases, they're going to do an Animal Crossing crossover with Zelda. And then we could have the Master Sword and the Triforce that, spins around and shines. And we can have a whole bunch of cool things and maybe even some new stuff. So, yeah, I'm just really excited.
Do you think the Nintendo villagers see a return, or?
Yeah, eventually. I don't see why not. It's just like it's another update, and like the great thing about this is like Animal Crossing New Horizons is such a skeleton, right? There's not as much meat on it But the thing is that Nintendo can draw from so many different ideas and concepts that they've done historically throughout the past X amount of years, and then turn that into an update. It's honestly genius. It's a way of keeping the player base engaged with the game, because if we got everything on day one, like a lot of people criticized Animal Crossing New Horizons for, honestly, would a lot of you guys still be playing the game?
No, not a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you said earlier in the stream, like, how many people is your first Animal Crossing game? A bunch of hands went up. So there's definitely more new players than returning players. So yeah, this formula works. I would probably say around the B creeping into an A territory. Like, I think the items are great. The warp pipe really puts it over the edge for me. Like, that is amazing.
Oh, yeah, the warp pipe.
That's literally a game changer. And the fact that you can put it in your house, like, imagine you're creating this big project and you need more items. You go to the warp pipe, go in your inventory, like, and there wasn't a loading screen. I don't think there'll be a loading screen unless they did some trailer craziness. But so yeah, that alone is cool. So my one thing is, this was announced during the Mario 35th, and none of the items are like special 35th. I don't know. I was expecting something special, like something 35th.
Yeah, like a trophy, like a little
or like flood as the backpack or something.
Yeah. Okay.
So
you're a big fan of the warp pipes then, huh?
Oh yeah. I like randomly predicted that in one of my prediction videos, thinking nothing of it, and then it was just crazy.
That is cool. I'm really intrigued to see how it's going to work. It's been confirmed that if you have more than 2 warp pipes, your exit is going to be randomized.
Yeah, so if you have like 5, you'll randomly spawn. That's crazy.
The best part of that is like Crunchy Island doing insane things with multiple warp pipes and throwing people at different parts of the island. I think that, honestly, when I saw that, Pat, like, at first I thought of you and your prediction, then second I thought of Sam and the island, and how they're going to use that to just completely add another layer. It almost feels like that this set of items with the flagpole and with the warp pipes were kind of like tailored to him, which I appreciate most. I'm curious to see how he's gonna implement all that stuff.
I'm just honestly baffled as to why. I don't know. We'll wait until the update comes out, but how I would have done the warp pipes is, instead of like, oh, here you go, like, here's 2 or more warp pipes, and then you're going to randomly jump from one spot. Like, what if you have one at the Dodo Airport? What if you have one at the museum, and then the Nook's Cranny, and like the Able Sisters? What if you have all these warp pipes over there? How are you not able to choose which one you want to get out of? In the Mario universe, we have different colored warp pipes. If you jump in the red one,
true.
You get out of the red one, right? So why couldn't we customize them? Give me like 5 customization options, dude. And here we go.
That's a great idea.
And red goes to red. Or, have like a little pop-up that comes up that says, hey, which warp pipe do you want to exit out of? Like, I don't know. It seems like such an afterthought. I mean, I like it. I'm not knocking it, but I don't think that they really thought about it. But anyway, we'll find out when the update comes out. So
do you think these are going to be customizable, or I don't think so.
I don't think so, man. Yeah. Dude, don't hold your breath.
Yeah, because they're especially if they're in the promotion tab, I don't think you can customize any of that stuff.
I mean, why not though? Why not though? See, like I get so angry because I'm so passionate. Like it's just maybe give it like 4 or 5 hours of programming, one person, and you give them an option.
What were you gonna say, Zach?
I was gonna say, I think it's important to note that now 3 updates in a row have been devoid of real gameplay additions, and so I have to imagine that something is coming on that front, because as much as the items are great, and I still think we all kind of sit in this high B, low A range, they got to do something to inject like a new daily task or a new way for you to interact with a new NPC or some new addition on that front. And I'm still waiting for that to happen. It's been quite a while, and I think it is. We pointed out Mario Day, March 10th. I think it's interesting that they are launching the update in February. And Pat, we kind of talked about this a little bit. Does that placing the update in February, the official launch date, obviously it's for some of the items. You got the St. Patrick's Day, the Girls' Day, and the Pi Day items. Yeah. So they need to update it then. But is there an explanation for why this update comes in February? Because to me, we have to have some update before March 26th, the Sanrio cards, and I wonder if this was given a February launch date so it can be the February update, and we do get something small or big towards the end of March to kind of bring in the Sanrio characters and just to qualify as the March update where they talk about, hey, Bunny Day's coming back, so on and so forth.
I mean, the first thing I thought of was, and I talked about this before, it was Blanca. She has her own April Fool's event. I don't know if she's kind of come back, but that I feel like that's a major-ish character, or a character I remember for the holidays. So they could possibly have, like, you know, a Blanca trailer with new reactions. I don't know. They'll do something to beef it up a little bit, but I kind of agree with you. Maybe that's not the end. I mean, have they ever done 2 drops in a month? I don't know. I don't think so.
Not 2 in a month. But but this is February technically.
Yeah.
Because if it was, I just don't know why they would have made it a March 10th drop. Why wouldn't the items come March 10th? It just seems like such a perfect day to
They
drop.
want to mess with you, Zach.
Yeah, they want to mess with me.
Well, I mean, they're doing that Japanese contest for like the pin set all throughout the beginning of March, leading up to like Mario Day. So that's kind of it. You know, visit the Nintendo Island during these times, and
Best
you'll be
island out
entered
there.
into a giveaway or something. Like, okay,
Their island needs a glow up. Come on.
yeah. I mean, you really have to just think about like it's got to be like some sort of update per month, like something small, right? Like so, February was Pave, right? March is going to be this like Mario stuff and like the smaller stuff, and then at the end of the month is going to be Sanrio. So like, honestly, do you expect more than that for March?
Well, I guess I just view it like Pave was technically the January update because it hit, you know, the last week of January, and so then this, because they didn't have anything before Pave for January, so I just wonder if they view it as, if it is every month, then we still would need like a March 25th, 26th drop to kind of keep that consistency. What is your take on Sanrio? Do you think we're getting the characters or just the posters?
I think we're just gonna get the posters.
No.
Honestly. It's just a re-release of the Amiibo card or whatever, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll buy some at Target and we'll see what we can do about that.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people are excited about that because, you know, that's not necessarily something that we've had access to. So
Yeah.
better go camp out at Target.
The good thing though is that you only need 1 pack. Please don't go and buy 40 packs. You only it comes in one. But I mean, I don't know. That would be a cute trailer. You know, unveiling the Sanrio, talking about Blanca. That would be honestly pretty nice. I think a lot of people would like that. I'm on team poster though. I don't really see that. That's a big add in villagers, add in maybe items. Like that's a pretty big
Class action lawsuit if those packs say that they work for New Horizons and then they actually just give you posters.
Well, technically you can scan them in, so they do.
But you've already been able. Oh, God.
Dude, you have so much high hopes, Zach. For
I love it though.
I do. I mean,
how does it feel to get rejected and let down every month?
well, hey, we've had some good updates. They have just been lackluster as of late. But look, with the Sanrio thing, like, I think even the fact that they're all in 1 pack supports the villager thinking because. I don't know. The point to me, the fact that they signed an exclusive deal with Target, the fact that they are promoting them months in advance, like the fact that they to then have it be, oh, they're posters. I mean, they even said in their press release, there's more information to come. If it's Pat, I've told you, if it's just posters, I'll be deleting my game save. So, you know, that promise the promise still stands.
You got to keep it for Brewster.
I'll just start
delete it. I want to see it. Delete it or it didn't happen, man.
I'll just start a new island for Brewster. But
I will say, though, the fact that these cards are extremely rare is why I'm not going to add anything. Because, like, I bought packs online for way too much. Like, they are crazy. You can't find them. So, and they're only, I think they were released in the UK as well, but, like, they're next to impossible to find. So,
right.
Wouldn't they have mentioned that though, like to kind of hype up the sales?
But it's still 6 weeks away.
Yeah.
True.
No.
I don't know. Good luck, Target.
To shine light on a lack of production that angered a lot of fans. I don't think they would say that. That's not good marketing.
I'm hoping though.
Yeah. That's gonna be fun.
So Zach, going forward, let's just say that every single update is like this Mario update in a way that we just have item drops. How would you feel about that? Or do you need the extra event cuteness?
The Animal Crossing is Over party has maybe already begun. I'm hopeful that it hasn't, but if it's just item drops of this sort, when you know Pocket Camp is continuing to get bigger updates and more themed events surrounding their item drops, to me that's just a huge bummer. And you know, Nintendo, they do drop the ball often. They've got a 30 million, 40 million seller in their hands, so to reward all of our thousands of hours of dedication with item drops would be a huge bummer, especially we go back to Doug Bowser's comments where he says like the updates will continue to be the same as they were in year one. Well, they were much more substantial than item drops. So I'm hoping that, and Pat, we've talked about this as well, like, and Abdallah, I'm curious to hear your take. The holidays are just being recycled. So they can't have trailers saying like, check out our new Halloween because it's not new. So I feel they need to add something gameplay or something substantial. Otherwise, it's just what? A recap again? They ditch the update trailers and just give you recaps of, hey, in, October we have Halloween. It feels like they need to add something that will build upon the content that's already there.
Yeah, that's a very hopeful idea, and I love it. I love it. I love how hopeful you are. But it's not going to happen.
Oof.
Dude, that's just what it is, man. It's like they're going to continuously do these like, here's what to expect in March, or here's what to expect in Halloween, and it's just going to be what we've already had.
They're going to re-air the same segments?
They're going to redo the same stuff. It's just what it is. That's how Animal Crossing is in the past. It worked. Nintendo's such an old school company, and they're going to say, hey, that's what worked, and that's what it's going to be. Because remember, we're the fans that have been playing this game for an entire year. We can't discount the fact that there's still people that are going to be buying this game and not ever experiencing all of that stuff. So it's still going to be new to them, right? So we have to take those people into consideration when it comes to all that stuff. Everyone watching right now, yeah, you absolutely have played it, and I'm sure that you guys are going to be like upset that it's just the same Halloween, but that's kind of what we had before. And I'm so realistic about my expectations. And if I get my hopes up that like, oh, they're going to add in more costumes and this, that, or the other, then let them do that. But I don't want to expect that stuff. Like Bunny Day, dude, Bunny Day is going to be recycled.
Yeah, I think the holidays are going to be recycled, but there's no way they come out with a trailer that re-airs the exact same Like, there's no way that happens.
Well, they'll do like a cutesy April trailer.
I don't think they're going to do like an update trailer, but they're going to say exactly like Pat said.
So,
like
so updates stop.
Here's your update.
So once we get to
updates can potentially stop. Potentially. They're not going to stop entirely, but it's going to be updates of most likely items and other things that they've drawn upon from the previous games and like slowly trickle them out. They're not going to redo Christmas. They're not going to redo Toy Day.
But I think they can add new NPCs and I don't know. To me, it would be the crime of the century if we're done with updates, especially when they've been promised. I mean, I guess there's just no way.
We're not going to be done with updates. An update could be maybe a quality of life here and there, maybe to patch a glitch, a duplicating glitch that came up or something weird. But like those are considered updates, and then we'll get items of random things.
So I think that the divide here is Zach and I have been like wanting this game to update for pre-existing players, but Abdallah, you're just like, no, they got their money. Like they just want to attract. Yeah. Okay.
That's it. I mean, look, trust me, I was on your side through that the entire first couple months, right? Mm-hmm. And then I started seeing their true colors of how this works, right? Dude, on Bunny Day, everyone complained that there were too many balloons, right? Too many balloons, too many eggs, right? They complained. Nintendo legitimately listened, threw out a patch like 2 days later, and then curbed the behavior of that, right? Because everyone complained. It's insane. So like I was like, oh my gosh, Nintendo is actually listening there, and then they implemented changes, and then that's what happened. We haven't gotten anything like that in the entire rest of the year. So I'm just under the understanding that, yeah, sure, Nintendo listens, and they do, but is it necessarily a priority for the dev dollars that is put into developing? And remember, it's still COVID time. So all these expectations things, we got to give them a leg up and say, hey, you know what? I understand if we can't have this and that or the other. So like all the expectations that I have are pretty much shot down. Like, trust me, like all of your high hopes for having this, that, I would love that, I would love this. We don't get that, right? It's just not a thing. And then you guys keep on bringing up Pocket Camp because they're getting all these updates. Yeah, Pocket Camp prints money. Dude, that's an app game where people continuously shell out money and money for the fortune cookies, right? But Animal Crossing New Horizons, from a business standpoint, is a $60 game that people buy, right? So you have to think of ROI, return on investment from the devs, and how much dev money you're putting into the game and how much you're paying those people versus how much that content is going to actually pay off in the long term. But it's a business.
It can't pay off in terms of, keeping cultural popularity, keeping other businesses engaged. If they continue to update the game, then you are continuing to keep that level of eyeballs on the game, as opposed to like if it's just items. And yes, obviously new players will buy and be like, oh, Bunny Day. But there is absolutely reason for them to, in the same way that any other games as a service title continues to update and finds reasons and profitability off that. I know it's Nintendo, but this also is their first Animal Crossing in a much more online era. They have done things a little bit differently, and I don't know. I'd be shocked if after Doug Bowser's comments, after their commitment to 2 to 3 years of updates, if we're just done with any actual new features. That would be, I don't know. Pat,
I think
Mark
you're
fan
correct.
of the podcast.
And maybe,
man.
I don't. Well, okay, let's because Abdallah's very business right now. I like it. Let's put on our suits and ties. Okay, there's 30 million plus. All right. I did see that Valentine's Day pic, by the way. I think we all saw it, man. There you have a 30 million install base. Do they capitalize that in any way? Do we have paid DLC? This has been, I think we've asked every single guest this.
Yeah.
Do they capitalize on that? No?
I mean, in the long term, I would say so. Because there has to be a point where you're upper Nintendo executives in Japan and you say, okay, how much does this cost us to make these updates, right? What is it costing us in dollars? And then what is the install base? How many people are actually playing and doing that stuff? How many people are buying new copies of this game? Those are conversations that happen. And then people have to say, all right, well, is it worth the dev dollars? It's Nintendo, right? We're all Animal Crossing fans here, but you have to, the writing's on the wall with absolutely every Nintendo Switch title. And you have to look at that, right? You've got season passes that are a really acceptable thing in Nintendo's business right now. Age of Calamity is getting a season pass that you have to pay $20 for to, boost sales and boost more monetary earnings. But then again, there's games like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, one of the best-selling games ever since it launched a couple years ago, and it still sells. But people want new levels and people want new updates and this, that, or the other, and we haven't gotten a single one in like years. So because the game continuously sells, it's so business. It's so business.
Yeah.
And like, trust me, I don't want to be on this side. I want to be on your side where you guys are all hopeful for this, that, and the other. But it's just like, dude, the writing's on the wall. You have to pay attention to Nintendo as a company. And this is their history ever since the Nintendo Switch launched. There's a very, very fine-tuned history of what they've done on their titles. Super Mario Odyssey, one of the best-selling games. Did we get any DLC? Did we get any updates on that? Not really after the first couple. And then the game's pretty much dead right now. But it sells to all the newcomers. And that's exactly it. And that's really what they're banking on, is selling Animal Crossing to the newcomers. Animal Crossing right now, after a year, has so much more content in when you buy this game versus what it did before. So it's much more of a value for all these new players. So I don't know, man. I think they're just going to give us item updates and the occasional newer thing. And you just got to think about it like that. You just got to be really rational mind, and you got to tone down your hopes and dreams. But it's just,
I want to agree with you. You seem like, you know what you're talking about, but like, man, I look at the 30 million install base, 30 million plus. You would think what? I think at least a third of that would buy a DLC pack. Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe less.
Everyone, $20 for. But what would you want? What would you? Okay, Zach.
No,
go
I
ahead.
want quality of life.
Yeah.
So
no, I don't think
would
you
want
can pay for quality of life. No, that's like illegal.
No.
So a DLC for me would be like in 2 waves. I think for me, in the summer, you would have a Tortimer's Island multiplayer update. So I think that would be the first wave. And of course, that would come with maybe DIY packs and outfits and reactions. Like, that's fine. And then the next wave, I think for me, would be a Happy Home Island, or maybe a City Island, or I don't know. I think they could do it easily with islands because, they're a loading screen. You take the seaplane, and I think that's the most... I don't know what other major thing they could add. I don't think they would do item drops. Maybe a villager pack, but like...
I think like Tortimer Island from Animal Crossing New Leaf, if you guys are familiar. Tortimer Island was a huge update in Animal Crossing New Leaf, where you actually take a boat to a different set of islands and you play mini games like hide and seek and, find the items. And you can do that with multiple people. So like, I think that would be prime course for paid DLC, because they would make millions if they just made like Tortimer Island update, DLC, $20, you're done. I think that would be amazing. I think everyone in the comments that are familiar with Tortimer Island would 100% shell out $20 for that. Yeah. But then, like, where do you draw the line, right? Where do you draw the line on a free update versus paid DLC, right? And that's where the business comes in. Because, like, dude, remember, it all comes down to the dev dollars. How much is it taking the entire team at Nintendo to actually program and get this pushed out and get it approved? How much money is that costing?
Well, it's not costing $600 million, we know. So, I mean, a $20 DLC is going to make them a ton. A ton.
Even if it takes, $5 million to make, which I don't think. Sure. I don't know how game development works. I don't know. Well, $1 million. I don't know.
And I think if we look back at the Nintendo games that did and did not get DLC, it's interesting because you look at something like Mario Kart, you could say, okay, well, that already got DLC on the Wii U, so maybe that's why that one didn't get DLC. Mario Odyssey seems curious, but maybe they were wanting to move some of that development time into Bowser's Fury. Animal Crossing, I don't know. I feel no new updates and no DLC just feels like a sad, disgusting death. And if that happens, then I don't know. It would just be such a missed opportunity. They're leaving so much on the table unless their plan is to bring out a spin-off game or something in the coming years. I can't see them having no updates, no DLC, and this is the only game of the generation for a now 30, 40, 50, 60 million copy seller.
Right. So, like, let me ask you this. Once the 2 years of updates is over with, what are you going to talk about then? What's your attitude going to be, Zach?
About Animal Crossing?
About Animal Crossing and updates.
Zach's done.
Yeah, 100%.
Done.
100%.
Just out.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, you are completely out when they stop updating and they announce their final update.
Just be like, Groundhog's Day is I don't want to live that every day of my life.
I mean, I think like we all, we cover updates and things like from a content standpoint, I think it would fizzle out. I mean, for me, this is a game that I could just casually pick up and play like I do some of the other Animal Crossing games. But I do think that, you stop updates, I think maybe 6 months after that, you lose a giant majority of the players. Like, I think people are going to play every day because the cutesy animals and things, but there's a lot of people that are like, Nintendo, give me something because I'm really bored. And I've seen it before, like just before the Pave update came out, everyone was like, please come out. The 1 or 2 months in between. So I think you add, 6 months with nothing and nothing is coming. I think it diminishes pretty quickly after that.
Which is fine. I mean, it's a $60 product. If you got 2 years out of it, I mean, goodness gracious.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
And that's what Nintendo, like from a business standpoint, would think about, right? Dude, like as soon as you buy that game, they don't have to give you anything. They don't have to give you any updates, dude. They're just doing that because they want more people to enjoy it and all that stuff. So,
but there is something to be said for keeping your base engaged. I mean, Fortnite could come out and have no updates, and they'd keep some small amount of players. But by continuing to update, you do keep it completely relevant. And I don't know, Nintendo has done things very similarly for a very long time, but they have made some moves the Switch era. We have region-free consoles, for the first time. We've seen some interesting decisions be made on the business front that have been shifts for them. It looks like Nintendo Switch Online is going to continue to get updates, and that's become a bigger focus. 75%, this ends up being disappointing and we're let down. There's no DLC, but I think there's a chance, given where we are, given how Nintendo tries to read the room, maybe they, read half the page and not the full page. But I think there's a chance that we get some. To me, it would be just silly to throw away the entire 30, 40 million base and say, yeah, we're done. We cashed our $60 check and, we'll see you on Switch 2 for Animal Crossing space.
But like, I'm honestly just curious of what you're expecting, though. Like, just 30 million base, like, okay, so what? You have the game. You can still play it every single day. Where's my obligation to keep on feeding?
There's no obligation. But again, we go back to Fortnite or we go to PUBG or Apex Legends, we go to any of these games. There's no obligation, but they want to keep the base engaged. And yes, I understand those have microtransactions. There's much more incentive.
Oh, for sure.
But I don't know.
Am I making you sad, Zach?
No, you're not making me sad at all, because I firmly believe that.
Am I a dream killer?
No, because
if I could chime in, I think the thing here is that Animal Crossing is such a big success that we want it to keep going, and we want Nintendo. Like, I feel like Nintendo does that a lot with games. They just kind of leave them out to dry. Like ARMS, perfect example. Here you go. They're like monthly updates. Splatoon 2 lasted a little bit.
Splatoon
which
2
we'll get
is still
to some,
is still going on though. It's
but
still
the
persistent.
big hype.
but
The
they're
big
not,
hype of it, though. Yeah.
Yeah, they have servers and you can
We
still
haven't
play
even
it.
hit a year of Animal Crossing though. You're telling me the updates are dead less than a year after the game released. Splatoon 2 has been out for 4.
The thing though, that
Oh my
if
gosh.
they add one item in, technically that's an update. So I don't know. I don't know, man.
If they fix bug fixes,
But they're not
and
going to
go-
make update trailers that say we fixed the duplication glitch. It's just not going to happen.
Yo,
Is
I
the
need-
trailer era done? Is the trailer era over?
No, they have one more year of trailer eras. That's it. One more year, man. And then like rip, dude. And then you just have this full package of Animal Crossing. And then you know what? Even if they say like 2 years of updates, they can always change that. So I got a little bit of hope. I learned from you guys. They can always change it. We can look forward to the future. But I'm absolutely a realist when it comes to it. Just don't get your hopes up because you're gonna get shut down based off of the historic 11 months that we've been out for Animal Crossing New Leaf or New Horizons. Like, dude, updates are garbage, and we don't get as much things as we want.
That's not true. Some of the updates were good. We got Dream Suites added back into the game. We got diving. Do you like this game? Do you like Animal Crossing? Why are you playing it?
I love Animal Crossing so, but I'm so passionate about it that like I'm very critical because I have all of the experience of playing all of the other games. And like I know what they're capable of. I just get really upset that it's just like they're just not doing things, and they're not doing things in the most optimal way to get the maximum engagement. If that
it all goes back to, have you played Leaf yet? And if you haven't, then this is the greatest thing ever. But if you've played other Animal Crossing games, this is like, oh, why isn't Dream Suites in the game already? Like all of these are just like, especially the way you do it, Abdallah, with like your streams of older games, like you really start to see like, why don't we have that? Why don't we have that? Do they capitalize on this new fandom? Because I feel like Animal Crossing has always been kind of low key. 3DS, shined a little bit. They came out with Happy Home Designer. Do they come out with? Do you think they go spin-off route, DLC route?
I just think that really it's kind of all eggs in one basket thing. Like they got to do DLC, kind of like we talked about, and like that's the beauty too. Like, and I urge all of you guys to check out some older videos of mine, like you said, of hey, this was Turkey Day, 18 years ago. Like, what did we have to do? Yeah, we had to find frickin' the Franklin turkey hiding behind trees in like all these different acres, and it was so bad. And it's like now the evolution of it is just so great. So like, I think it's just the future of Animal Crossing is going to be just DLC.
So there is going to be DLC.
I want to say so. Yeah.
Thank you. After all this, all right.
Well, I mean, like, look at it, dude. Because at the end of the day, remember, it's business. They're going to say, all right, well, here's our 2 years of updates. Like, do we still want to pay these devs to continue working on this, or are we going to use those devs for other things? And if you guys are thinking that we're going to get another Animal Crossing, like full-on Animal Crossing, it's not going to happen, dude. We got New Leaf 7 years ago, dude.
Yeah,
we'll see 7 years
to
do installment Animal Crossing, dude. It's not going to happen.
I fully agree with you, but you were just saying that they're just going to take your 60 and be done. So I'm glad that now we're on the same page. DLC updates.
I don't think the DLC is going to happen.
Okay,
but
good.
like you can't expect anything else, though, right? Like that's going to be their panic switch. Their panic switch is going to be, all right, the game's dead. We're done with our 2 years of updates. What happens now?
Mm-hmm.
And then someone can say, all right, well, what can we figure out to make more money and squeeze more money out of people? And that's when the DLC will drop. For all the things that they...
After all that, now gladly we agree that there's going to be DLC.
We're all a family again.
I love this. I love this. I'm having so much fun. Thanks, guys.
This is amazing. Zach, I gotta talk about something that no one is talking about. And we've been critical in this episode, and we're gonna scare everyone in this chat right now. Okay. So at the very end of the Nintendo Direct, we had a reveal for Splatoon 3. Mm-hmm. Now, you might not think anything of it now, but the Splatoon team and the team, they're like lot of crossover here. Now, originally when I saw Splatoon 3 said 2022, I threw up everywhere. Like, of course, I want the game as soon as possible. But do you think this is probably the end date of the Animal Crossing updates? It kind of coincides because it's like 2 years after.
I don't think they're that related. I don't think that they have much impact on each other. I mean, we could be done with Animal Crossing today based on conversation. I mean, so maybe it is coinciding, but yeah, the announcement of the trailer, they were like, "That's it, shut down the Animal Crossing dev." No, I don't think they relate. Let's say that Splatoon comes out next summer or next spring, April, May or something around that time frame. According to Nintendo and according to what they said, we still should be getting Animal Crossing updates. I mean, I guess the best thing to look would be their own verbiage, and yeah,
You're not worried at all.
to me, Splatoon and Animal Crossing exist completely separate. Maybe there is some crossover with developers, but at the same time, those are totally unique teams that are working on very unique projects and catering to a totally different demographic, and I don't think that there's really much direct overlap.
Okay.
Agreed.
Okay. All right. Well, there goes that. I do think that that is the date that it probably ends. I mean, like, Splatoon is such a. I think Nintendo wants Splatoon to be a bigger franchise than what it is, and it is giant. Like, I think it's like 12 million on the Switch so far. Like, it's a giant success. Even on the Wii U, it sold pretty good. There's not a big install base on there, so I'm excited for it. It's just something to mention. I guess it is probably around the almost 3 year mark of when they said they would keep updating Animal Crossing. So something to keep an eye out for. It's kind of weird that they announced something like that like a year out. That was a weird last announcement. I don't know how you guys felt about the Direct in general.
We can talk about the Direct and give our ratings on that, but the best justification I've heard for the Splatoon announcement is that it's kind of twofold. One, dates are in such flux with COVID, they don't want to commit to anything for this year. They don't want to commit to, Breath of the Wild in November. They don't want to commit to Metroid in September. They don't want to commit to Pokemon, whatever. And then two, and I really like this kind of clever thinking, Splatoon is a game that does not have to release feature complete. Like, if Breath of the Wild 2 releases with a missing dungeon, that's a problem. If Mario Odyssey 2 releases with a missing kingdom, that's a problem. But if Splatoon 3 releases with only 4 maps, hey, we've been there before, and they can add those as they go because players expect Splatoon 3 to be an evolving product. So, hey, they're
never released complete. Yeah, the first and the second one.
Right, so they can
the first
guarantee,
one especially, yeah.
They can guarantee they're going to hit that, and it's something to throw out there since they're not sure. The last thing you want to do right now is put a 2021 date on a big game and then have it slip. So, hey, if they're sure Splatoon 3 is going to be in 2022, it just feels like they're not ready. And my personal input is they also don't want to waste whatever their holiday big gun is on a February Direct. Like, obviously, we had a lot of hope and hype from 500 Days of Waiting, but they're going to have something in June around E3 time when all the other publishers are putting out their big hits. So if they blew whatever it ends up being, Mario Kart, Breath of the Wild, Donkey Kong, Pokemon, I feel like they need to have something to showcase around the summertime, and that's probably the other reason we got Splatoon in this Direct.
Okay. Abdallah, I saw your reactions to Animal Crossing, but what do you think of the Direct overall?
Oh, the Direct was great. I was very, very excited for it. Truth be told, I legitimately cried when Skyward Sword was revealed.
Wow.
I love that. I love that game so much. And I was crying on stream, and I said, "I'm not crying, you're crying." Because it's just like whenever the orchestral soundtrack of that game came up, I was just that's all I knew. Is just I was very emotional. So very, very excited about that. Very hyped up about the new Smash Bros. Character, and I'm just like overall excited that we got all of the games. And yeah, sure, like maybe 75% of the games I'll never touch or buy, but like the fact that we got them, and it's going to be happy for someone in the world to enjoy any of those games that are on there is super cool. So, and then like keep in mind, like you have to be able, from like again a business standpoint, you got to know like what people are going to be looking forward to. That's like for the first half of the year. And exactly what Zach said earlier about like towards the end of the year, like around E3 is going to be the second half. And then you could actually start thinking about things. So yeah, I was a little taken aback at the Splatoon thing because it's just like, why announce it now? Right? Kind of a deal. But
it's weird.
They were just really, really excited to get people to look forward to something. So just overall, I was very, very happy with the Nintendo Direct, and we're going to be very busy with a whole bunch of games soon. So
yeah,
gonna be golfing this summer with me and Pat.
Yeah, dude, Mario Golf, let's go and run around.
I'm so hyped.
What the heck is that, dude?
I cried when they showed the DC girl game for different reasons because that was awful. Why would they put that in there?
You're joking, right?
What? No, come on.
I'm gonna. Wait, what?
You're buying that? Do a full playthrough,
I'm gonna
100%.
full 100% walkthrough of that game, baby.
All right.
Wait a second. You didn't like that? Are you kidding me? With the cute little
I did not like that.
female superheroes? Why?
It was-
it's not
Looked pretty terrible.
I love DC. Don't get me wrong, but like, that wasn't it. That should have been a Twitter post.
Are you kidding?
It looks like a
Dude,
mobile
no.
game.
No. Don't start this, man. Fall Guys
my
look good. Mario Golf looked good. I mean, Fall Guys, I feel like the hype that game was kind of a weird announcement now, but yeah, Mario Golf. So
Yeah, I'm excited.
Skyward
There's
Sword
a
looks
lot.
good.
Yeah, everything, man. But DC superhero girls or whatever that is, dude, that's the jam. But, okay, maybe not. Maybe.
No, you guys heard it.
Hold on.
Oh, Metopia, yeah.
Yeah, have you guys ever played that game on 3DS?
No.
Surprisingly fun. Surprisingly
God.
fun.
Best RPG you've never played. Super.
You could put your me faces and it's like, yes. Yeah, it's
I love that they tried to really make us feel like it was the Wii era again. Motion controls, me. That was like the most interesting part of that direct is that they emphasized the two like defining elements
that
of the
was
Wii
a very
era.
Wii presentation.
Very
yeah.
interesting, yeah.
For Zelda, you're talking
Sword.
about?
No, for the like Mario Golf had motion controls, and then they did have the Zelda split Joy-Con mode, and then the Mii's being featured in both Mario Golf, Super Rush, and in Miitopia. It was just like, what year is it? What are we doing?
When are we getting the Mii mask update in Animal Crossing?
Yeah. Hey,
No.
I'll take it. That's a bigger change than an item drop. I'll take it.
Oh my gosh, we need that in our lives because we have our Mii's on our Nintendo Switch. So why couldn't we just have a Mii mask? I need it, man. I need it. in my life.
Tomodachi Life would be a good one. I feel like that would be a good game to
Dude,
drop.
what do you even know about Tomodachi Life? Tell me about
That'd
that.
be a great one. Guys, if you have any questions, we're going to go into our Q&A portion of the show. You can put them in chat. We have some questions over in Discord under the NookTalk questions. Oh man, let's start this off. Let's see. Okay, Christy asks, will Abdallah continue to have seasonal merch to match the AC events?
Wow, absolutely.
Look at that.
I will.
Little plug?
A little little dollar merch right over here. This is the Valentine's shirt with a little trophy cat. I don't know.
Okay.
It's he's very cute. So you can get it at my shop. That's a good one. Thanks.
Zach, I'm gonna go with you. Where will you each place the warp pipes? Where will you place the
Where
warp
will I
pipes?
place
Zach, in
them?
your- Yeah.
I mean, if there's no new updates, I'll place it in a different game so I can teleport off my island. But
Oh, no.
I think it would be very, very cool to have one. And I think Abdallah, you mentioned this, just like by the airports, you can always return to that sort of hub. I feel like that's the area I run back to the most often in terms of needing to travel somewhere else. So probably right there. And then maybe just towards the back of the island. I know that's just like an obvious answer, but you know, the distance, at least for my island, that's where I would want it to be. My house is right next to my airport, so no need for that. Yeah, I'll go.
So, that's a good one. So when you want to go to the airport and you jump in your warp pipe and it takes you to the back.
Right.
What is your reaction?
No, this is when I'm in the back of the island, you know, lamenting the no updates. I'm just going to be sitting there sad, you know, with my legs dangling by the secret beach. That's when I'm going to warp to the airport and fly away somewhere else. I think the warp pipes, like, they are very cool and convenient, but what's going to be the time save? We need to do a stopwatch, Pat. I want to see like time save, like running from, like, let's have races, warp pipe versus on foot races. Like how much time do you save? Because these islands aren't that big.
Well, if it goes into a house without a loading screen, that's huge.
Oh yeah,
that's a lot. Yeah.
But like, you also have to think of how many warp pipes is the max, and then are people going to legitimately do more than one warp pipe? Because remember, it's randomized. It's randomized.
Yeah.
If you have 5 warp pipes, like, come on now. Oh, here we go. I turned up in the shark exhibit. Oh, great. I didn't want to go in the shark exhibit. Jump back in. Oh, now I'm at Nook. I want to go to the Dodo Code. I might as well walk over there.
The most popular thing that I'm hearing is that people are going to place their pipes near a shop or near the airport and then actually carry one with them. So, like, kind of like people do with garbage cans.
Like a fast travel? Okay.
So, I don't know. I'll probably keep one in my house, honestly. My house and then wherever I'm working on. Because that's super easy. Like, go in, get your items, bam.
Yeah,
So,
that's a good idea.
man, someone needs to make a warp pipe island and you have to choose the right one, like 100 warp pipes. It'd be amazing.
But then, like, what about the people? What about the people that don't like the aesthetic of a warp pipe?
That's true.
What
We
happens
could
to them?
hide it behind something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Also, did they say how many blocks you need to have available near, like outside? It's probably like 3. I don't know.
Well, we'll find out. Yeah, we'll find out. Because I can only imagine, people's like island aesthetic. Like a warp pipe is like going to stick out like a sore thumb. Like, are you going to partake in the warp pipe, considering the fact that you've done an entire year without it?
Multiple people are saying that you can't put them indoors, Pat.
You can't put them in a house?
You can. It's confirmed.
In the house?
Get out of there.
Yeah. It's confirmed.
Is it in the trailer?
It's not in the trailer. It's on the Japanese site.
Oh.
Yeah, I think they've talked about that. If you can't, that's gonna. Yeah, I think you can though.
Yeah.
Would a warp pipe? Yeah, there's a lot of things. So Musica says, would a warp pipe work on the 4th level? I'm assuming if you do the glitch, put the pipe up there. I think so. I don't know why you would want to go up there, but I think it would work. Oh, this is a good one too. This is gonna be great. Renee said, what if you give a villager a warp pipe? Zach, if you give Winston a warp pipe and he puts it in his house, could you technically warp in his house? We're going to have to break this down.
A big question. Yeah. Wow.
Catch on them when they're sleeping.
How many Valentines did you get in your mailbox on Valentine's Day? Did you check?
Me?
Yeah.
I got 2.
Oh, I got 1. So
I've been moving. I like move in and out characters all the time.
Yeah.
So.
How many did you get, Abdallah?
None.
None? Oh, man.
That was a deep cut. I heard the pain in his voice.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. One day I'll have a Valentine.
I saw people getting like 9, 10. I was like, man, all that friendship level, yeah.
That's pretty
People
cool.
love their villagers.
I know.
Okay. Coral asks, and I'm going to go to Abdallah with this one. What is the feature you are missing most from other Animal Crossing games that are missing from New Horizons?
Feature. Oh my gosh. Just like, dude, are we going to go on a quality of life tangent here?
We might.
I don't know.
Hit him. Bury him.
Yeah, there's just so many things. Like, dude, like just overall like item manipulation. That was really nice. Like in the other game, you can like multi select and then drop, which is really cool. I mean, it's just like, and then multi crafting. A lot of people like that. Crafting fish bait more than once at a time. I mean, but just honestly, like the thing that I want most is Brewster. Honestly, I'm just waiting for them to panic switch that, and I just want to be his friend, and I want to be able to order a coffee. So
we miss our boy. I'm just kind of surprised that they haven't updated or upgraded the main shtick of this game, which is crafting. It's so nuts to me that they haven't upgraded it. But let's see some more questions. Melody says, when will you all collaborate playing Animal Crossing? We got it.
I was gonna say today. We collaborated today, but
I'm down. Whenever you guys want.
Put you on the spot there. Okay. Animal Crossing Cam says, now that we have all of the events, what has been your favorite event so far?
Who's this to?
I guess everyone.
Bunny Day.
Yo, I second that. I'm a big supporter of Bunny Day.
It's the most impactful event. It's the one that changes the game the most. It gives you the most to do. It was annoying because people were just trying to experience Animal Crossing for the first time, but I think this second time around, people really appreciate that Zipper's there multiple times. They dug deep and added eggs to your lakes, to your skies, to your ground, and the item set is kind of, very bright and gaudy, but I did appreciate that there was just so much involved, and honestly, it was like the high point for events, and they started off with a bang.
Zach, collect 30 pieces of wood during Bunny Day. Have fun with that. It's just annoying. It's just so annoying.
But it was annoying because we just started the game, and so many people were just trying to, build Nook's Cranny and make their beginning upgrades. I think now it'll be a lot less of a... I think now it'll be much appreciated that there's something totally different happening.
More? They can't really... I mean, they have the DIYs that you need all the eggs, the wood eggs and stuff like that. So, I mean, I love Zipper, don't get me wrong, but the event was kind of very intrusive, I think.
I want to be intruded.
Well then.
And come
What did I
on,
walk into?
Nintendo, please, just change it up. I'll take whatever they got. You really want International Museum Day over and over again?
Dude. No, Bunny Day was great. Like, I loved it because like a lot of people hated it. And then they were vocal about it, and Nintendo legitimately fixed something. And I was so taken aback at that. So that's why I like it a lot. And I think that it'll just be really funny. It'll be really funny to do again. But the thing that I didn't like about it is that like it also overlapped with the Sakura, the Cherry Blossom event. That was the 10 days or whatever. I didn't like that because then your DIYs were kind of like messed up with trying to get them out of like balloons or whatever, because you kept on getting like the Buddy Day balloons and you were rarely getting the Sakura items. So yeah,
That's true. Where was this? Oh, Ben Mott. I'll throw this to Zach, actually. Do you think Breath of the Wild 2 will release this year?
I think there's a chance, but I'm going to say no at this point. I think the Switch Pro makes it, but I don't think Breath of the Wild 2 does. Okay. I think that it gets shifted. But I do have high hopes for a big holiday game. I don't even want to say the one I want it to be in fear of jinxing it, but
jinxing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Nintendo.
It's Nintendo. They already got it planned.
Is it Mario Kart? It has to be Mario Kart.
That's what I'd love to see.
A big Mario Kart. You think they're actually going to do a Mario Kart 9 when they're making tens of millions of dollars on Mario Kart every single month?
Yeah.
I
think they're going to go back to consoles after that.
Oh, 100%. You think Mario Kart Tour is the future? No way, man.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
Zero chance.
Abdallah loves Tour.
It prints money. It prints.
There will be a Mario Kart 9. I bet my channel on it.
Okay.
Bet your channel on it.
Guys, anyone want Switch Force?
I love it.
Pat, come on. You don't think there's gonna be a new Mario Kart on a console?
I do. Well, not this year. Did you say this year?
Yeah.
I don't think this year. I think Breath of the Wild comes out.
I don't know.
I don't even know. I literally don't know. It could be a Zelda collection. Is that a holiday title? Not really, right?
Could be.
But I don't know. I think Breath of the Wild comes out in March. I'm gonna say March. They didn't have anything to show on it. I don't think it's like, years away. They showed like a pretty good, gameplay-esque trailer, when they first revealed it. So, you thinking this year, Abdallah?
I'm sorry, what?
Breath of the
Wild. No. If Aonuma came on board saying, "Hey, dude, we're still working on it," then they're gonna.
Here you go. Yeah.
No, that's not gonna be a thing. But trust me, dude, I would love a Mario Kart 9. Like, I love Mario Kart probably more than both you guys put together.
Oh, come on. It's my favorite game of the last decade.
I do love Mario Kart.
You need to play some Mario Kart, man. Let's go.
Not Tour, though. I don't even know. I don't even have that downloaded.
So you don't have to play Mario Kart Tour, dude. Okay. I will play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with you, and we'll... we
Are
have
you
to
a
have...
200cc guy?
No way, 150 standard. Let's go.
Oh my God, yes. Okay, good.
Let's money match it right here in front of a live audience. Money match.
$10,000 on the line. No, I don't know. A lot of
everyone's super chats. We pay for everyone's super chats.
Alana with the 7 says, "Why is Abdallah so good at bringing us informative hot takes?" Look at that. Got some fans here.
I know. She's so great.
Okay, so I think you had mentioned before that you were a chef before.
Who's a chef?
Food industry? You? Did you say that?
I'm big on cooking. I was never a chef. Okay. I love food. I'm a huge foodie though.
Okay.
And I could cook anything. So yes, food is absolutely a passion of mine. Yeah.
I was gonna say, all right, because you remind me of because I worked in the food industry for a while, and chefs are very here you go.
Get it done. Yeah.
Let's see. All right, let's go to the questions. Yeah, I don't think it'll come this year. Yeah, because he came out and just straight up said nah.
Well, he didn't say nah. He said development is progressing smoothly. They didn't go as far as to say we're sorry it's restarted like Metroid Prime 4. I just think they don't have any dates right now because things are in such flux with COVID, and if last year's any indication,
of promising stuff too.
Yeah, because they kept the lead up times just quite short last year, and it feels like that's what they're doing because virtually every game with a long lead up time is being delayed. So,
Yeah.
Plus there's a lot of rumors about a Zelda presentation to sort of really usher in the 35th anniversary, and maybe it's a better time to show something there than it was, at the Direct.
Mm-hmm. Arcadia with the 3. I don't even know anything about this franchise.
This is all you.
Yokai Watch 4. When is this coming out?
Yo, Yokai Watch 4. What you guys know about Yokai Watch?
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Are you kidding me? You haven't even played Yokai Watch. Guys, do I have to get you? You guys all have a 3DS, right?
Not anymore.
Yes.
Don't kill me. Don't kill me, man.
What happened to your 3DS, man? How you be playing New Leaf all the time?
Oof, no. I'm good. I'm good.
Yokai Watch is like the best franchise you've never played before. So if you liked Pokemon, Yokai Watch is like right up there with Pokemon with that stuff. So Yokai Watch 4 is a Japanese only game that came out in Japan a couple years ago, and it was really, really fun. And a localization has been announced a couple years ago that they're working on it, but I don't think it's going to get localized anytime soon. My predictions were last holiday season, but that didn't happen. So maybe it's the upcoming holiday season if they still care about the United States audience, because localization takes millions of dollars to legitimately produce, market, change all the text, actually find out and make names for all the different characters. It will take a lot of money. And then it's since Yokai Watch isn't that popular in the United States, it's all about ROI, right? Like, is it worth spending millions of dollars on this when it might not sell very well in the United States, because the United States is Pokemon country. So there's that. So yeah.
Yeah, that was good. I had no idea 3 was out. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure it's a fine game. All right, Felicia says, this is actually something to think about. It's happened before. And I'll shoot this to Zach. You guys think they'll drop some Pokemon items? I'm assuming for Animal Crossing.
No.
No.
And if she had said Splatoon or Zelda or something, I would say yes. But I just feel like specifically Pokemon, they usually kind of operate on their own thing. Like, for example, the Pokemon Company is having its own presentation instead of incorporating those games in the Nintendo Direct. And it would feel weird if there was a crossover to me. I mean, I'd love to see it. I'd love any crossover. The Mario items were executed so well. Like, anything would be great, but I would predict no.
Because there was a Let's Go. I think there was a Let's Go Pokemon. Or no. Yeah, it was a Let's Go Pocket Camp. That's what I meant. Pocket Camp like event where you got like EV hats and stuff like that. So, Abdallah, could you see? I mean, aren't we getting a Pokemon Direct soon-ish?
Maybe.
It's supposed to be next week.
I could definitely.
Next week?
Yeah, I could definitely see them. I can see them do some Pokemon stuff, because like Nintendo owns Generation 1. So like, go for it. Pokeball, Pikachu, Charizard, Mewtwo, all those things. Anything Generation, absolutely, yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yo, can you guys actually do the Poke Rap?
Not in its
Poke Rap right
entirety. Okay.
Maybe after, maybe the bridge, the singy part. I don't know.
You can do the singing part? Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna do it.
it.
Let's see. Okay. Opie says, why does everyone think the outcome of the Mario items? What does everyone think the outcome of the Mario items will be? Do you guys think it will help players get reinvested in the game? Do you think we will see full-out Mario levels built on people's islands? Think it's gonna have a big impact, Abdallah?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. A lot of people, like, already people have made like custom patterns on all of their entire island for like Mario stuff, like 8-bit. And I think that's just going to be amazing. Like, it makes me want to get another Nintendo Switch so I can make a Mario themed island. Like, I would legitimately love to do that. And I know a lot of the fans out there would love to make that. So yeah, I'm down.
Zach, this little item drop event list update, do you think it's gonna? I think it's gonna have a big impact.
I think because it's Mario, it has impact. Yeah, I think it does. I think of any item drop, it's the one that has the most. I saw an interesting comment in chat. It's not really a question, but they were saying that, because the mushroom platforms are called platforms, do you think we'll be able to walk on them, jump on them, interact with them in a more substantial way? Or
I
they will
mean,
just look cool but have no functionality.
that sounds like an amazing idea that they would have shown. I think they definitely shown that. They showed the
I think
warp
it's
pipe.
yeah, it's just gonna be aesthetic. You're not gonna be able to jump on a mushroom and bounce on it, man. This isn't Mario.
That
No
would
way.
be cool. It would be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah. I don't think it will happen though. I
Right.
mean, we test it out, but
Just like it'd be cool to ride around the parade float from Pave. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, right.
no way, man.
Amelia says, "Do you think there will be an update? Do you think that an update will include personality updates for the villagers?" So, like, a lot of people are saying dialogue, things like that. Man, I would not hold your breath for anything like that. I think any quality of life, any villager dialogue. Now, there was rumors of villagers visiting your houses. So, I mean, there could be some new added dialogue. Like, every update has newly added dialogue. Well, for the events anyway, but I don't think that crankies are going to suddenly, like, roast your shoes or something like that. Like, I don't think that's going to happen. Chris says, do you think there's still hope for a Zelda collection, or is Skyward Sword the celebration game? No. I'll let you guys answer. Abdallah, Skyward Sword can't be. This is a giant anniversary.
Yeah, it is a giant anniversary, and they need to re-release Ocarina like for the 20th time. So I'll buy it. I don't. I was honestly thinking they were gonna do like an N64 game and like a GameCube game and a Wii game, just like Super Mario 3D All Stars would. And I was legit thinking that Skyward would be that Wii game on there. But I guess it's too big to do that, so they remastered it. I mean, honestly, I think they should. It would actually, benefit them because it doesn't take that much dev dollars to make a little collection game when the game's kind of out there. And in COVID times over here, dev dollars and development is really hard, right? It's hard and stressful for a lot of them. So I think it would be amazing. I would love to play Ocarina again for the 20th time. So I'm down.
Okay.
It's basically, I mean, not officially confirmed, but two notable journalists from VGC and Eurogamer said that they're absolutely doing Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD on Switch. So those will be coming. And then I think they do put Ocarina on there, but I think it'll be with like a N64 Nintendo Switch Online expansion. I think we're due to at some point this year get N64 games, and that seems like a really easy, fun way to get those games on the platform without having to try and bring over the updated 3DS port or make anything new. A collection like Mario that expires at a certain day, I don't know. I'd love to see it just for the weirdness of it, but
what a dumb. It's just dumb.
Yeah, you still got a month to go get that game if you want it. Grab the cart.
Olivia, I still can't believe that. Olivia Tyson with the 2 Nook's Cranny roped off stairs are such a tease. Nook's Cranny update. That's kind of interesting. There hasn't been one yet. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say it is a cute little decoration in the back. Zach, I think you made a video exploring the top.
Well, yeah, there's a video that like apparently someone with like a hacked Switch, there is a upper floor there. Now it could just be coincidence or when they were first building out Nook's Cranny, testing things out and running around, but there is you can walk your character up there if you are, hacking into the files or whatnot. I don't know. I'm going to be grateful for any update we get after this cast. So but you got two big ropes, right? Or well, the two that I think of most are the ones that are in the strange evolution of humanity room, like I like to call it, where it's like all the villagers and then you are the last. There's a rope back there and then there's a rope at Nook's Cranny. Will they ever open up? I don't know. People have like thought like, ooh, maybe that rope in the museum is where Brewster will go, but it's a very awkward placement. Like you'd have to walk through the fossil exhibits to get to the roost. That seems odd. I would love to see an update. I think anything that they can do to update Able Sisters, update Nook's Cranny, update the museum, those are all super exciting updates if they were to happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then Schmerica, thank you so much, says, favorite furniture series, will they item drop more? I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be cool.
Like that.
Because there's certain pieces of furniture that there's not a ton of. Like, I feel like there's not a lot of couches or beds, or I would like that. I'm kind of weird. I like the mushroom series. I like to decorate more outside than inside, but
Fan of the mushroom one?
Yeah, I like the mushroom ones.
Cool.
Pat, you want more tables?
What's that?
You want more tables?
Tables for
based
what?
On, based on your real life new table obsession.
Oh yeah. Yep. Well, I had to get a table, man.
It's right out of the classic cafe or diner set there.
Yeah, yeah, it's amazing. Now, what I don't like is that people are like, "Oh, these new mushrooms are coming out," and they're ditching the old ones. Like, have some respect. Have some respect. What is Pighog says? Thoughts on the bloating turtle? What is that?
I think he means boating turtle. I think he's just
Captain.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, that's a serious condition. I think it'll definitely happen. We all have docs. It has to happen. Captain's coming, man. You heard it here. His little song, he's so cute.
Yeah, I skip that like every single time. Like, ain't nobody got time for this. Get me to my island. Yeah.
First few times, but yeah. Let's see. Katie Curry says, will any of you be streaming or doing videos on the new Pokemon Snap? Yes. Yep.
Everyone's going to be doing that.
Yeah. Zach, you're getting Snap.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a 90s kid, you owned an N64, you love Pokemon, like you've been waiting for this game for a ton of time. Yeah, I'm going to launch day stream, of course. Caitlin Bennett, thank you so much, says, all I want is an armchair. Is that so hard? Is there really not is there no dad chair in this game?
Yeah, there is. There's an office chair, but it's on wheels.
That's true. Yeah, looks like kind of like a gaming chair, I think.
A little
bit. Chelsea says, did you hear some McDonald's? Okay, about the McDonald's Happy Meal. Have you gotten any of these, Abdallah, with the cards in them? The Pikachu Happy Meal? No. Yeah, of course. Of course, I did not either. Zach,
No.
McDonald's is not your brand.
But the reason people are getting them is because of the huge upsurge in like trading card, like that whole market has exploded, and you can go pay $500,000 for a Charizard. So people were like selling the packs on eBay and places like that. I think that was mostly the explosion. It's cool to see it all coming back. I mean, I want to know you guys' take on Post Malone as a Pokemon trainer, face tattoos and all, with his concert that they're doing on the 27th. It's a Pokemon Post Malone crossover concert that Nintendo's putting on the 27th.
Oh my god! This is a live event?
It's like a digital concert, online streamed, like his avatar, like Pokemonified.
That's weird.
Yeah,
that's awesome for him.
Plug him a little Pokemon Bud Light. It'd be great. What was it? Lil Nas X was like the Roblox, so something like that, like a digital. Yeah. That's kind of cool.
Travis Scott was in Fortnite. Yeah, they're kind of just doing their own version of that. It's just Post Malone doesn't really feel like a very Nintendo Pokemon kind of guy.
Yeah,
but
weird.
The Katy Perry pick made more sense, but they're kicking it off with Post.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the Pokemon team is doing. Emily with the 5 says, what do you think this year's updates will focus on? I personally think more item sets or side NPCs like Captain or Brewster. Yeah. I don't know what to add to that. Like, yeah, item sets, NPCs. They don't have any major events left unless they're going to do like a year anniversary or something like that. But yeah, I'd probably say you'll start to see some NPCs from older games and events from older games. Yeah, I don't know. Abdallah, you still having fun with this game? You still playing it a ton, or just for the update?
I do play it.
Yeah,
I do still play it all the time. It's super fun. Animal Crossing is the best game. Yeah,
you paid him to say that.
Yeah, totally paid.
Kayla says, think we'll ever get more design slots. Kayla, I love you. I love you to death, but I don't think we will. We have a lot from the past games. We have a ton, but it's just people are using 9, 10, 12 piece patterns. So, and say a few more questions that we'll sign off. Derek says, are we excited for Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town? Big Story of Seasons fan, Abdallah? Never played them, or?
I like Harvest Moon.
Yeah.
When I was younger, and it was on N64, but I haven't really kept up with it.
Yeah. I believe I will be doing a video on that. I think so, anyway. Zach, those big old cows, they're so like unproportional.
I'm happy to see you expanding out. I watched your Bowser's Fury stream and talking a little bit about Splatoon. I'm excited to see you branch out a little bit.
How do we feel about Bowser's Fury? That'll be the last thing we talk about.
I love that. I think here's a great take. I'm curious to see you guys' reaction. Okay. I think that Bowser's Fury might be the most perfect. I'm not saying like it's better than other games because it's obviously a short length, but what you have there might be the most perfect realization of Mario that we've seen. The openness, the traversal between the lands, the ability for the islands to shift as you come back for the other cat shines. The platforming feels fantastic. The cat suit in full 3D is awesome. Plus, like, that to me was... It's going to be hard for Nintendo to top that for me just in terms of like a 3-hour chunk of pure bliss.
I couldn't agree more. I was very happy that it wasn't just a straight port for $60, and they actually threw in that much. So I'm actually very worried about this not Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword port. I'm worried. I want the Bowser's Fury treatment for that game.
Yeah. There's been a lot of flack with the pricing on that, but like, I don't know. It's a game I feel like not a ton of people played. Skyward Sword. It was like towards the end of the Wii era, but yeah, Bowser's Fury I really liked. I will say that it kind of fell into like a repetitive. It got a little repetitive towards the end, but it was always exciting facing Bowser. But it was like, okay, how many shines do I need now? Okay, 40. Let's get them.
There's so much variety with the shines though. Like there's like 15 different styles of. I don't know. I think they just killed it. But I will say that after you complete the main game, Bowser coming back like every 4 to 5 minutes is a lot. Like I kind of wish I could just like put a lock on his weird dark goo pod and just say please go away for a while so I can just focus on getting the rest of the shines.
All right, we need some hearts for Abdallah. Abdallah, got any plans coming up on the channel? Doing anything fun?
What do we have? Not really, just same stuff. Animal Crossing, do some more Mario stuff. Pokemon Snap is going to be a big focus for me starting in April. So I'm going to go through and play the N64 version. And the N64 version is going to be so much fun. So there's just a lot of lead up for that. And it's just going to be a great time. So really excited to do it.
How many mugs do you own, Zach?
My mug collection is expanding by the minute. No, it's become my, like, you know, I think I told you before I had like a bad shoe obsession with like Nike shoes, or that's years in the past, but now it's like mugs. Like Super Nintendo World dropped some really cool mugs that I imported from Japan, waiting on those to come. It's a fun thing. But they can't have green on them, so I have to make, you know, I gotta be choosy.
That's true. No Luigi mugs. Thank you everyone from Abdallah Nation for joining us today. Thank you all the Switch
huge
Force
stream, yeah.
But yeah, that was episode 29. We'll be back next week. Brony, thank you so much for the 10, by the way. We'll answer this rapid fire. Do you think we will get an update where to go, where we have the option to add onto our rooms to make them bigger and item stacking bigger pockets and able to there and from move items? Option to add onto our rooms. Abdallah's saying yes, so I'm going to say yes. So there we go.
Yeah.
Strong. Oh, by the way. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. We will see you in 30, which will be next week.